This video is meant as a guide to help teachers to navigate the Minnesota State Assessments website. As you know, this year we will be having online math testing in grades 3 through 8, but this website will also be the location in which you'll want to access any item sampler information, calculators, and all information that has to do with our state testing. First thing to remember and realize is that the Minnesota State Assessments website does need to be accessed with the Mozilla Firefox browser. Internet Explorer will not work, and so you'll need to go down to your Start button, and if by chance you do not have Mozilla Firefox already opened at some point, just simply go to All Programs, and as you scroll, yours would probably be like this. As you scroll down, you'll see Mozilla Firefox. You click, and when you click there, up will come that browser. The site for the Minnesota Assessments is a very simple one, but do remember that there is no www at the start of it. It is simply mnstateassessments.org. Okay? And within the assessments, the area that our teachers and test monitors will access most frequently at this point is the Teacher Test Monitor location. So we click on that, and it brings us to this site, and the two spots where we're going to focus today are the item samplers as well as the general resources. Let's take a look in the item samplers information. Here's where you'll see, you'll find the various item samplers for reading and math grad, math MCA, math MCA modified, and reading MCA field test practice items, which we don't have to worry about yet. We'll be having reading online next year. Once you click on the item samplers, you'll come to the spot where you or your students would be signing in to actually try the samplers. We are simply going to be using as a guest. We don't need to be doing any of the Mars number or anything like that. And so as a teacher, you just simply sign in, or your students sign in by clicking here. You choose a grade level. I'll choose 6th grade. Click yes. And as you can see, these are the item samplers that you'll be able to use. Again, do not be using the MCA field test. This is for that practice test or the field test that's being tried out throughout the state. So you'd be either using the MCA item sampler or math modified. And then you just simply click on the Start button and it takes you to the problems. Now realize the item samplers really are meant as an introduction to the format of the test and as a way for you as teachers and for students to practice how to use the online tools. Mr. Jason Berg, principal from Lincoln, has created a video going through the various tools, and that link is also being sent and shared with you. They're not really meant as a practice test to prepare for the test. They really are more to be used with think alouds and for ways to approach the problems on the test. And also then how to use the highlighters, the strike-throughs, and all of those things. There really is only about 30 questions, and those questions keep getting asked over and over again. And typically you would just put, you'd want to click on the back to the login. This brings you to this page, and you are not able to see, but you would be going back to the previous tab. The back button will not work for this. So I'm going to just do my drop down, and as you can see, assessments.org is still there. Back into the Teacher Test Monitor. The other piece to take a look at within the item samplers, here you'll see that the written grad item sampler is there, the paper MCA, the paper reading MCA item sampler. Again, this is a way to familiarize yourself with the test, and it's really not used as a predictor for how well they'll perform. And finally, the MCA modified paper. This has the math only for grade 11, because the others are on computer, and then the reading modified grade 5 on up. And finally then our MTAS. There's also formula sheets here. These formula sheets will be as a pop-up in the item samplers, and it's simply as a means again to familiarize your students with the information they're going to be able to have within the testing. So as you can tell, here is the formulas. It does not tell them what the formulas should be used for, what type of mathematical shape or anything, but it just simply, it does have the formula there. So we come back to the samplers, then is the gridded response. So that's all of the information that is within the item samplers location on the website. The other place to take a look that you'll want to be accessing is in general resources. Now within the general resources, really about the only place that you're going to need to be using right now would be the various calculators, and to give your students a chance to understand how to manipulate those. Again, it's a great way to model it with our students, and then to give them some practices as well. The 8th grade calculator definitely looks different from the 3, 4, 5, and 6 calculator, as you can tell. So those are really the main locations that we'd be using within the testing at this time. We'll be sharing further information on some of the other locations, but there really is no need to be going into the test monitor training site, and those I'll be working with those with our school assessment personnel and coordinators and test initiators. Anytime again, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact Terry Preisler. My direct line is 444-8603, or Don Johnson here at the district office at 444-8670. We want to make sure to answer any of your questions and be of support as you're preparing for these very important MCA tests. Thanks, and have a great day.